saying that we grow up in different areas, we are brought up in different cultures, with different parents of different personalities, we go to different schools, and we just basically pursue different things in life. It goes without saying that diversity is really a thing for each and every single one of us. So knowing that we are different, knowing that we are diverse, how do we deal with these differences? My name is Kuya Ayiecha, and on this episode of CITAM ChurchOnline, join me as we discuss a bit more about diversity. Have you ever been thoroughly convinced about something, such that you so strongly believe in it and almost nothing or no one can change your mind about it? I believe so. Now, have you met somebody else who is also thoroughly convinced about something else, only that it's very different from what you believe? I don't know about you, but I have encountered people and situations like that many times. And what have I learned from that? I've learned that the more I try to shove my truth down somebody else's throat, the more resistance I get from them. And the more somebody else tries to shove down the truth down your throat, the more resistant I will be to what they're saying. So I just thought that what is it that we can learn from situations and circumstances where we are very different or we have opposing beliefs or opinions? There are various ways you can respond or react or even treat diversity. And I just like to point out a few of those things, and let's see how that goes. First and foremost, when you find that something does not conform to what it is you believe in, there's not only resistance, but there's almost like an aloofness that develops with that. So you can choose to either separate yourself from that reality or decide to just be a bit more curious and delve into it and just find out more about this. So the first step when you encounter differences in culture, in belief systems, is to acknowledge that actually that difference does exist. But not to stop there. Over and above acknowledging the difference, it is someone. This belief belongs to an individual, a human being. So it is very important to also respect that person, respect that they are human, that they have an opinion, that God does love them, and that's what they have to think or say about that matter. Thirdly, it's also to try and understand where they're coming from. And it's not a given that you will always understand, but just the fact that you appreciate that they're coming from a different school of thought, a different culture, a different background, a different belief system, helps you at least gain some sort of acceptance when you're speaking to this person. And fourth but not least, there's also a certain level of curiosity that can develop out of this, either from you or from this other person. In case that curiosity does not result in agreement, it is important to also agree to disagree. And when I look at the Bible and I look at the encounters that Jesus had with very different many people, I see that he interacted with a variety of people. People who had different opinions on how to treat money, people who had different experiences when it comes to having sexual relationships with people, people who had different opinions about paying taxes, about worshipping, about keeping laws. Yet, how did he respond to this relationship? There were very many different ways in which he went about this, but there's an underlying factor in each and every single circumstance. That underlying factor was he valued the person behind the act. It was not just about the act. It was not just about the sin that this person has committed or the righteousness that this person chose. It's also what is this person as an individual going through. So basically through this series, I just want to encourage us that we live in a season and in times where we have an overload of information. People are developing very different opinions, very different beliefs, very different practices, far from what we are used to in the past. So what I'd like to encourage us, especially as Christians, is when it comes to ministry, when it comes to reaching out, when it comes to sharing Christ, let's not come from a point of entitlement that we need to be listened to. Let's come from a point of love, and hopefully when we come from that approach, when we respect people, then we're able to create channels of communication and of understanding. There's a verse in the Bible that comes from 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 5. We're told that we should be able to love from a pure heart, from a good conscience, and from sincere faith. Let's not make our differences things that divide us. If anything, let's try see how we can make differences, bring diversity and variety where we exist. I'm sure you have thoughts, I'm sure you have opinions that agree or disagree. So do share them with us. Comment on our social media handles and let us know what it is you think about this topic. CITAM Church Online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you for watching and stay blessed.